Hey, what it do? It's your boy Supreme, Uchiha the God, and the Boxer just finished, man, and I don't really know how to feel about it. I gotta say that the characters are phenomenally written, like the most of the characters, but I really felt like the ending was underwhelming, no, but too sudden. You know what I mean? I felt like we deserved another two, three chapters or another full chapter on just the protagonist. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was disappointing in that way. Like we know it was the positive ending. He got back with the girl and they run like an orphanage type shit. Like wow, amazing. But I wanted to see a discussion between them. I wanted to see him go to her. I wanted to see those things. You know what I'm saying? But the Boxer was phenomenal for me to. Okay, I think in terms of characters and narrative, it's like a 9 out of 10. But I think the fucking fighting is like a 2 out of 10, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think I think I know what the author was going for, but I think he failed in like making it compelling. You know what I'm saying? There was zero tension in any of the fights apart from like the last fight where you didn't know if he was gonna lose or not. You know what I'm saying? But I really enjoyed it. I think the Boxer was really fucking phenomenal. 100% worth a read. And I think what made it so good is the characters around the story. You know what I'm saying? Every fighter he meets has like a phenomenal backstory, a full on, and you really get to delve into people's lives like never seen before. Like sometimes, you just meet a character in these shows or mangas or whatever, and they just have a motivation that's kind of like unfounded. But this one showcases all of their motivation, whether it's frugal, whether it's actually real, whether it's meaningful. It shows you the full motivation, the full thought process, and what makes them believe what they believe, and it's compelling. It might have made me cry once or twice reading it. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, bro, this shit was deep. This shit is deep. Like some of these narratives like really hit home to me. You know what I'm saying? Some of the way parents can treat you, friends can treat you, family members can treat you, the world can treat you, and just fighting through it all. And some people not fighting through it. Some people going to the dark side. Like there's so much that goes on in this story. That's great. Coach K being an absolute fucking nutcase, but also getting his story and knowing why and what brought him there and how he ended up like that and why he firmly believed in this and why this became his life's ambition and goal and him seeing that like no matter what, death is the end anyway. Let's just fucking cut to the chase. Like it's really fucking good, man. The Boxer, in a nutshell, is a story about a boy that's alone. You know what I'm saying? It's a story of loneliness, utter pure darkness and loneliness, and a light eventually shining through. You know what I'm saying? A hope, a little glimmer of hope, arising first from, close proximity and then flying through like a fucking beam headlights from on a long ass road in the night. And it just smacking you in the face and being like, oh, so like there is light out there. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's hard to notice the light within if everything around you is dark. You know what I'm saying? So, like the Boxer in a nutshell, bro. It's talk about character building, bro. This motherfucker narratively, like it really delves into this character so phenomenally, and I don't really think there's any chapters I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Even the side characters I didn't think I'd care about, I ended up like somewhat caring about these motherfuckers just because of how much effort the author puts into letting you know about their lives, letting you know about why they do things, letting you know how they treat other people. Some people seem like bad people. You meet them, you're like, yo, I get it, bro. How I might do the same situation given those circumstances. And some people seem good and you're like, whoa, that kind of motherfucker kind of scummy. Or like you get so many variations of people. You know what I'm saying? And it's really interesting. But again, the fighting is fucking horrendous, bro. A motherfucker will go 90 fights and KOing everybody one punch, loses one fight and gives up. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes stuff like that just took me out of it. I feel like if they grounded it and he got hit a couple of times and the fights were fights, I think it'd be more compelling. I think that would bring it up to like a 9 out of 10 story. But I think that's too big of a negative, and there's too many fights for it to get away with it. You know what I'm saying? I think One Punch Man does it compellingly that he is that OP. There's a reason behind it. Whilst this one, there's no real reason behind it. It's just some people are just kind of OP. I mean, there is a reason, but the reason doesn't make sense in comparison to the world around it. If that makes sense. Yeah, the story is too grounded to have that. If that makes sense, I feel like if they kept it as grounded, it'd be more gritty, but it would also be way more compelling. Because that does take you away from it, and maybe that's on purpose by the author in order to maybe lighten it up a little bit. But I feel like it takes away from what could have been a groundbreaking story. And I think ultimately it's kind of why there's no webtoon thus far that I feel has, especially an action one that has like lived up to a potential of like an Akira, or like, you know what I'm saying, something that's just groundbreaking true and true. It's phenomenal true and true, and any flaws it has is like minor scrapes. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is kind of the problem with some of these stories. The ideas are phenomenal, but the execution, there's always something lacking. You know what I'm saying? And I think when this one, the lacking thing was so fucking basic, it's frustrating because I feel like the author did all the hard shit amazingly, swimmingly, character building, world building, fucking narrative, everything was fucking perfection. Then the fucking fights just suck ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. But yeah, I loved it though. I absolutely loved it. It's like an 8 out of 10. Objectively, 7 at most. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Being a boy supreme chief, the god. Have you read the Boxer? If not, bro, go check that shit out. It's 110% worth a read. It does get frustrating at points. I'm not gonna lie. There's a few points where I just wanted to drop it because I'm like, man, this motherfucker's fights are just dead as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? It felt so anticlimactic every fight he went to. I think the first 2-3 times it was like, oh, who is definitely going to meet an opponent, and then just like nothing, like for fucking whatever many chapters, just no challenge really at all. Even his toughest challenge in T-Day didn't hit him once. It was kind of a joke. It's like, this is allegedly the greatest fighter of all time, and he can't even hit once, which I think just, for me, narratively speaking, and I get like the narrative around the fight was amazing. This is again what I mean. The narrative around the fight, everything in the background, the today's wife and kids and all of that shit, like, is amazing. It's amazing. But without the fight giving you feels, it's not the same. It's like, think of Pain, right? The Pain arc, one of the best arcs I've read in watching anything. And if Pain's fight when Naruto was ass, bro, it would not have been enjoyable. The whole bit wouldn't have been, you know what I'm saying, as compelling. Jiraiya's death and everything wouldn't be compelling if Naruto just pulled up and one punch this motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? It gives us hope, right? So the fight, this is how good fight is made. It gave us hope when Naruto coming in, blitzing everybody going crazy, and Pain being weakened, and then Pain gains his power back and smacks the fuck out of Naruto, bro. Bitch slaps that motherfucker, and then you're like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Then Hinata jumps in and is like, oh my god, Hinata, what's happening? Hinata gets murked, and then the Eight Tails comes out, and you know what I'm saying? That's fucking exciting, bro. When you reading that shit, watching that shit, you like, oh my god, every fucking second, bro, is taking you, and you like, yes, beat his ass, Naruto, get revenge for Jiraiya. You feel that. In this, you don't feel that. You know what's going to happen. You know the outcome. You know how it's going to happen. And it's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? I just had to give that little rant because I feel like it wouldn't be right for me to give you a review of the Boxer without telling you the negative aspect. And that, for me, is the only negative aspect that I really had. Some of the pacing sometimes was, you know what I mean? So I think some of the characters didn't necessarily need a background, like, you know, full fucking background, like about Mohawks and shit, like, you know what I mean? Some of they just didn't need it. It was kind of like whatever, it was just there. But The only major flaw is the one I just talked about. Anyways, Beanie Boy, Spring Shady God, what do you think of the Boxer? Do you think it's a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10? And if you do, tell me why. Comment down below. Do you agree, disagree? I don't mind. Let me know. Leave a like or a dislike depending on how you feel. But make sure to subscribe if you fuck with the boy. I'm out.